another question that I ask everybody, so I'm going to make a little supercut of all these answers. I think it's a really cool question. Is, when you're young and you're being influenced on music, um, a lot of times you're given stuff like said family, friends, that kind of thing, and that's a really wonderful thing too. But when you finally save up your own money that maybe you earned with a job or you got through an allowance or a birthday or whatever it was, and you went out to make a purchase of your first record or your first CD, or I guess nowadays your first download,
Hmm.
whatever it was. I'm always curious to know what that was because I remember distinctly when I took my own money that I saved up and I went and bought Queen the Game, which was the first record I bought with my own money, how that felt. So what was the first one you bought if you remember?
That's a great question. Um, I remember, well, a related story. I remember the first time I ever heard FM radio, like sneaking with the radio off into my room and tuning it in, and then Led Zeppelin playing "In the Evening" came on, and I was just
Classic.
completely blown away by like the craziness of the sound. And I think that the first record that I bought with my own money might have been "Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap."
Nice.
Which
Great
was like,
one.
Dirty Deeds, it was just like that, or then Flirting with Disaster, Molly Hatchet. Like Southern rock, I was kind of obsessed with that too, because they just looked so gnarly and there was so many guitars. It was like an army of guitars.
Right? Yeah, they all own the same pair of jeans that they've been wearing for
Yeah, it was great.
10 years. Yeah, that's great. And that Dirty Deeds record too is just right from the get-go. I could totally see like you putting that thing on and be like, "Oh, yes."
Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
Great.
and Back in Black came out when I was like, I think about 13 or so. So that was pretty huge.
Yeah, I remember that one being a big deal too, because I I was into a variety of different kinds of music at that time, much like I had family influences and all that stuff too. Um, but it was like that record for two reasons. One, it was the first one without Bon Scott, and everyone like the expectation was huge. And then when you heard Brian Johnson's voice, it was like, who is this banshee? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they put out like arguably the an even better record than the ones before. I mean, again, you could go, it's like whatever you prefer, but I just imagine like the pressure and just like that's pretty unheard of. That a band could do that, like with a whole new. Like a singer's a pretty identifiable scenario, especially when you lose somebody like that, and then to go there. Plus, that was just like the anthem of junior high. You know,
Yes, for
like
sure.
and then I remember, every high school party I think I ever went to, somebody put on, "Shook Me All Night," and like, it's like a kegger song. It's
Yes,
literally
I've
just
like, yeah, I've gotten drunk many times, like as like a child around, list cranking AC/DC when I was young.
yep. But don't do that, kids.
No, not anymore. No, like like God, I stopped drinking years ago. But
I know.
anyways,
I know. No, but it's just funny that it's like a rite of passage to go to a high school party and hear that you shook me all night long.